أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم.
الحج أشهر معلومات فمن فرض فيهن الحج فلا رفث ولا فسوق ولا جدال في الحج وما تفعلوا من خير يعلمه الله وتزودوا فإن خير الزاد التقوى واتقون يا أولي الألباب.
Alhamdulillah, wassalatu wassalamu ala Rasulillah. This verse talks about one of the great obligations of the religion. That obligation which the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said about, that if one performs it correctly while avoiding the sins during it, then it will result in all of one's sins, the major and the minor being forgiven, and that person being on a state like the day his mother gave birth to him, i.e. sinless. This is the obligation of Hajj. The Prophet ﷺ confirmed it is an obligation on those who are accountable and able, physically and financially, to get to Mecca to perform its actions. However, like all the acts of worship, Hajj has its integrals and conditions. This verse starts by mentioning one of those conditions. Al-Hajju ashhurum ma'lumat. This means that Hajj has known months, i.e. the time of Hajj is during specific months which are known to the people. Those months are Shawwal, Dhul Qa'dah, and the first 10 days of Dhul Hijjah. One can only perform Hajj during these months, and therefore, if one was to perform any of the due actions of Hajj outside of these months, they would not count. فَمَنْ فَرَضَ فِيهِنَّ الْحَجِّ. If someone enters the state of Ihram in the months of Hajj, and it becomes obligatory on him to continue and perform it, فَلَا رَفَث. Then one is not allowed to have intercourse, even if that was with one's spouse. وَلَا فُسُوق. And they are not allowed to commit sins. Take note that in all cases, whether in a state of ihram or not, one is not allowed to commit sins, the major and the minor. But here, it is highlighted further so that one takes extra care to avoid falling into them, particularly the major sins, what would make a person a fasiq, as this would affect the reward of one's Hajj and may result in a person missing out on the merit that was mentioned by the Prophet ﷺ of one getting all their sins forgiven by their Hajj. Therefore, one should protect their tongue and other organs from committing sins, such as lying, insulting, and striking another Muslim, even if that other person had potentially provoked them first, outside of Hajj, but especially during Hajj. وَلَا جِدَالَ فِي الْحَجِّ. Also, one should avoid arguing with their family, friends and companions during Hajj. While this in itself is not sinful, it is still not befitting for one to be involved in this, and instead should be using kind words, soft speech, and the tongue in what is beneficial for their hereafter. وَمَا تَفْعَلُوا مِنْ خَيْرٍ يَعْلَمْهُ اللَّهُ. Then the verse turns our attention to doing what is good. The believers are reminded in this part of the verse that whatever good deeds are done by them are known by Allah. وَتَزَوَّدُوا. So prepare, gather the deeds that will benefit you in the hereafter. فَإِنَّ خَيْرَ الزَّادِ التَّقْوَى. And the best provision that you can gather for your hereafter is piety. In other words, the best type of deed you can do, and the one which will be the most beneficial for you on the Day of Judgment after believing, is to fulfill all your obligations and avoid all the sins. For that is the essence of piety. وَاتَّقُونِ يَا أُولِي الْأَلْبَابِ. Allah revealed, so fulfill my orders and fear my punishment, O you who have minds and intelligence. For he who is intelligent will fear Allah and fulfill the commands of Allah. As for he who does not fear Allah and his punishment, then it is as if he has no mind and no intelligence. This is as the Prophet ﷺ said, أَكْيَسُ النَّاسِ أَكْثَرُهُمُ اسْتِعْدَادًا لِلْمَوْتِ, which means the most intelligent person is he who prepares for his death the most. May Allah make us among such individuals and grant us the good ending, and Allah Ta'ala knows best.